Curtis coming at you from Ace Bread Studios once again, covering Week 5 of the 2021 NFL season. Going to go over the epic game between the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. The 38-20 win was a huge win for the Buffalo organization and their fans. And it was just a really exciting game to watch. Want to give a shout out quick to two good quarterbacks, not only in talent, but in personality. This league is in a very good place with two kids like this, of both high caliber personality and character and talent. And I enjoyed seeing them sling it out. Both didn't have their best days. They were both a little off. Some of it was the rain, probably some nerves early in the season, all that stuff. But these two kids are pillars to the future of the NFL. Now, I want to start off by giving a shout out to Mahomes, who the kid is an excellent mobile throwing and mobile running quarterback. Just very impressive. And his throws, these two throws right here were just so impressive to me. I couldn't believe how he could roll out like this and throw across his body and make this completion to Gordon. Then there was his rollout, getting around like that and getting that touchdown, just zinging it in there like that. It was so impressive. As Bills fans, you see this with Allen. Allen's a little different. He uses more power and size, where Mahomes generates torque a little bit more, but they both have such similar capabilities, both on the ground, in the air. Mahomes is such an impressive player, but he took a backseat to Allen tonight. Some of that was all the drops that were around him, which were terrible. But this was Allen's night. This was the Allen show. Sean McDermott decided to just let it roll all out with Allen on the ground, in the air. The defense played its part. The running attack played its part. And this team now looks to be in firm control of the AFC, and it doesn't look like any other road to the Super Bowl is going to go anyplace else other than Buffalo. Still early, and as a fair evaluator, I want to put a few buts there before you stamp that travel. And it's not to be negative. To me, if I had to bet my life, I'd bet on Buffalo. But I do want to see Allen reach the Super Bowl and win it. Sort of want to see the Bills do it. I'm a Finn fan. But it's early, and there's some things the team does need to work on. Most of the things are phenomenal. But there are a few things, but we'll get into that. What I love, and again, it hurts me as a Finn fan, is that you have a staff that decided to throw up the yin-yang, came out week 1 throwing up the yin-yang, and then realized, hey, whoa, we've got to adjust. And since then, they've been pounding the rock from every single angle, attacking the ground, altering their original plans to wisdom. Unlike my team, the Dolphins, they can't stop the run. They have no intentions of running the football, and they're being stubborn and pig-headed about it. The Bills, Sean McDermott and Brian Dable are just really shown to be humble and wise coaches. And they came out in this critical game. It's easy to run football when it's not a big deal, if it's not your thing. But this is a critical game, and you opened up with the 2 first plays with the running backs, then Allen, more running backs, and essentially you drove down the field through the run with a few passes involved, but mostly through the run game. And this run game is now top 10 in all 3 categories, which is highly impressive. In attempts and rush yards, you're 5th, and yards per carry, 9th. Now, Moss and Singletary had a pretty good game. This was obviously Allen's night on the ground. Some big runs by Allen. 3 catches for Moss for 55 yards. But this run game is creating time of possession for you guys. It's drawing the focus away from the defensive coordinators. It's opening everything up. And one thing it's doing is also helping Knox, who had 3 receptions for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. He's growing. And it's forcing defenses to, at every single point on the field, have to respect it with earnestness. You have to worry about Allen running at any point. You have to worry about his throwing at any point. You have to worry about the receivers, the tight end, the running game. At every single level, a defense is in jeopardy. And this is very scary for defensive coordinators and for any opponent the Bills have to face. I've been very heavy on preseason, and since preseason on the run game, and even Knox started like intriguing me. Both these things have come to play, so I'm very happy to see as a football fan and as an Allen fan. As a Finn fan, it hurts. It hurts. But as an Allen fan, a football fan, these pieces were so critical to your success, and they are rising to very high levels. And when you couple all this offense up with a stout defense, I don't know. I don't see any team other than maybe Tampa stopping you guys. And you're not going to see them until the Super Bowl. You'll see them this in the schedule, the season, the regular season, to me, which is the biggest game of the year, because I want to see how that run attack of yours faces their almost like all-world run defense and how you respond. Maybe if you can run on them, that's going to be terrifying. But if they do stop you, how do you respond? That's, to me, as a football fan, is the biggest game of the year. But you're not going to see them until the Super Bowl if they make it or whatever. They're not going to impede you from getting the Super Bowl. The rest of these teams, I don't really see anybody having the talent to stop you. Doesn't mean they can't, because the regular season is one animal, playoffs is another animal, totally different animal, and then the Super Bowl is another animal. So there's some things that in the regular season you can get away with. They got to be ironed out, but we're going to take care of that. But, the bottom line is it was the Allen show. McDermott came in and said, okay, this is a must-need win. It's a big game. We're going to unleash Allen at every turn. Let's take this at all costs. And, Allen, look at this. I mean, Knox being a big factor is crazy. This run, for a quarterback to run like that, is brutal on a defense. I don't know how you stop it. And look at this throw. That was like a 7-10 turned into 14-10. That was such a critical pass. And then, you came back, and then it was another big pass deep. It was a little behind. Could have been an easy touchdown here. And then it was this one. You've seen him do several times this year. What a pass. Knox, again, is turning you guys into a monster. Look at this. This is incredible. He's just about to get blasted, and he slings it off like basically 1 foot, and Knox makes an amazing catch. And then, of course, this one. This is why, the team loves him. That's just amazing right there. And I love this two defenders, the velocity on it. But I want to focus on this play. This is all the other good stuff. Let's just focus on this one. This was a simple catch and throw, and it didn't happen. And these are one of the things of the buts that I want to focus on. Obviously, Allen is elite. Obviously, he can do all these other things that he showed previously very well and makes him a dominant player, makes his team dominant. But in critical situations, in the regular season, and even more so in the playoffs, these little inconsistencies are going to magnify, especially in the Super Bowl. It's so early in the season, there's 13 games left for him to refine his craft. But he was a little sloppy this game. Obviously, big plays at the yin-yang, But if you saw this play, and then you saw him in the red zone where Bolton had him on the ground and was wrenching his ankle. I love Bolton. Everybody's going to do that, but that's dangerous. But the 2 plays after that, he, on 2nd and 11, he had an underneath guy, and he just dismissed him and tried to throw it to the end zone, and it was risky, could have been intercepted. And then the 3rd down pass could have been intercepted. It was a game. It was a very tight game at that point. And a pick could have flipped things. And I'd like to see Allen play smarter. He's got to play smarter. I mean, it's not to knock the kid. Obviously, he's having a good season. But it's these things that could jeopardize the ultimate goal. And that's what it is. Bills fans, you had the 4 defeats in a row. You've never seen your team win. You know, I'm a Dolphins fan. I haven't seen my team win. You know, I've seen them go to the Super Bowl and lose. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, they won something. That's nice. I never saw it, but that's nice. But you guys, this is all about a championship. It's here. You've got every single level of a team that's ready to take the ring. You've got to take it. And these little inconsistencies, along with a few other I want to talk about, could jeopardize it. Don't think they will. If you ask me to bet the house on it in my life, I think that the AFC East is going to go through the Bills in that ugly, ugly weather in Buffalo, and no one's going to stop them. But football is a cruel sport, cruel gods, and it's a long way to there. So I want to get back to one other aspect before I finalize and wrap it up. So you got teams like, say, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They can pass the football, they can stop the run, and they can run the ball when they need to, but it's not like a highly successful run game. The very, very scary thing about the Bills, I talked about how prolific they are in the run game, you know, obviously how good they are in the passing game, but their run defense, 3rd rushing defense in the league, 4th least yards per carry. There was a 3rd and 2 where Edmonds, I believe, stopped the play. It was a big stop. And then there was this play on defense as well, which I really liked. The discipline to 4-man with 5 blockers to contain Mahomes. You can see here he was expecting to find something, and then blanketing the over the top. But the ability to stop the run the way the Bills are and run the football and pass the football and be proficient in the pass defense, this is stellar. I don't know if you can keep it up, but if you can, it really this team has every single level at a high level. And it's very, very going to be very, very tough for teams to stop you. Now, one other thing I want to bring up, the wrenching of the ankle of Allen underneath in a pile. I understand this was a big game and Allen was all out. And maybe next week, too, you want to run Allen as much as you can. I do believe Titans can be a tough team. I think you play them in their house. So I understand why McDermott would just be like, we're riding this. But after this week, aside from the Tampa game, I am sure McDermott will do this. I want him to pull off Allen because I don't know if this team and Allen can reach that ultimate goal on the high ankle sprain or a sore knee. I think he needs full mobility to really get this machine going. And it'd be a shame to see that jeopardized in that, in the scrum getting hurt like that. Because every time you run the football, you enter the lottery of injury. And you have to do it. But mitigating that's going to be key. So I'm hopefully that's going to happen. Then there was the penalties. It was a very sloppy game. I think 2 teams really wanted this. There was a lot of nerves. You're now 19th in the league in penalties. Really, though, if you average of 5 penalties per game, you're really only 5th. So this could be like an anomaly. So let's hopefully that doesn't continue. So Bills fans, you should be ecstatic. You should be extraordinarily happy. This team has been designed well, built well, coached well. It has everything. It looks like everything is going to Buffalo. But the 3 things I would say is you want to see this team stay disciplined. You want to make sure Allen doesn't run too much and get injured or even nicked. And you want to see Allen refine his smart choices and his ball location. I mean, he could win it just as he is now. But if he can just refine his game a little bit more in the cerebral aspects of being cautious and then getting his ball location a little bit better, his chances to win a Super Bowl or multiple Super Bowls goes up dramatically, geometrically maybe. So congratulations. This Bills team has seized control of the AFC right by the throat. Aside from the Tampa Bay game, I really don't see much opposition. You guys should be very proud of your team, very happy about your situation, very happy for you. So this is Curtis saying congratulations. Thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comments mean the most. Subscriptions and likes help us with the Google overlords. Keeps us in business, keeps me talking football. I like that. I want to give a shout out to Ace Per Head, our sponsors. Without them, none of this would happen. They're the best. They want to let you know they're world-class software. You can get on the action with friends, family, and coworkers. With everyone you know as a local bookie. They're the best. They keep me in business. You guys are the best and keep me in business. Thank you. Catch you next time. Be well.